space, currently we're set up for a retail event we have coming up, so that's what the tables are for. But just kind of imagine it how you would like it set up, or empty, whatever your preference is.
Okay.
But this is our full space, which is room C. Normally we can seat up to 280 people in here. But right now, since we're at 30% capacity, that means we can seat about 90 people.
Okay.
So that's the numbers you're looking at for right now. Obviously, if the governor's orders change, we will have to adjust to those, but we'll make sure to let you know as soon as possible once those orders come out. Basically, we just wait for him to announce them, we read through them, and then we reach out to the appropriate events that we have coming up. So that's how we'll kind of handle it, and we'll go from there. Hopefully, we don't have any that you have to be concerned about. Hopefully, if we have any, they're going to be increases.
Gotcha.
But that just putting that out there. Generally, the way we do it is we'll do a floor plan about 30 days before. So that's pretty much now. So we'll probably just schedule that as soon as possible if you guys do decide to book with us. But basically, you come in, you'd sit down with me, we would discuss exactly what your needs are as far as the space goes, you know, where you need tables, what vendors you might have coming in.
Yeah, so yeah, I was wondering, like normally what happens, like you must have had like wedding receptions here, right? So how did the like round tables are set up here in this space?
Sure. So right now it's a little bit different because of the coronavirus, and it greatly depends on the number of people that you're having. So currently we're
say about like 60 people.
Okay,
60.
Great. So currently we're setting them up with 6 people per table.
Okay.
And we're setting them up 6 feet apart from each other. So they are spread much further than they normally are.
Okay.
So they aren't necessarily going to be contained in some small area.
Okay.
So do be aware of that. With 60 people, we're going to pretty easily cover at least this whole side of the room.
Okay.
Pretty well. We might have a couple stragglers over there because you're looking at about 10 tables with 60 people. So you know, we would probably be able to sit maybe 7 or 8 of them over here, and then the rest would kind of be moving that way, or vice versa. Again, it's really up to you how you want the space set up as far as where tables go.
Okay.
Like I said, we have those guidelines that we have to follow, but we're happy to follow them in the way that makes most sense to you.
Cool.
So, you know, some of our clients will bring in a stage or want a specific area for the bride and groom. Or
Yeah,
like
we will have like a stage. So.
Sure, and so sometimes that dictates where you want tables to go more so.
Okay.
Whereas, you know, maybe another, you know, group who doesn't have a bigger installation like that might not care so much where the tables go.
Okay.
You know, you might care a little bit more. So we could do half of them over here, half of them up here, so it's like closer. If you have the stage up here, there's like closer here if you want. If you are not worried about it being closer to the stage and you want to put your
Yeah, I think that would work too, like there or maybe there. Yeah.
For the stage?
Yeah, for the stage. Sure. Like so in the pictures and stuff, these doors wouldn't come. You know what I mean? If we put it there.
So generally, I will say people do tend to pick this space, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
And that is because everyone, no matter where they are in the room, can see this spot.
Okay.
If you put it up here, the people in the back of this room are not going to be able to see that spot.
Okay.
And vice versa.
Yeah, that makes sense too.
It's not a lot of people, don't get me wrong. If you stand here, you can kind of see who that would be. So it's kind of like on the diagonal between the rooms. Anybody in this little corner is not going to be able to see, and anybody right over here would not be able to see. So that's generally why we recommend putting it up here or over here. Over here is fine too. If you don't like the doors. If the brick wall doesn't bother you as much.
Okay.
Additionally, a lot of people who bring in stages, and a lot of stages already come with it, with a backdrop.
Yeah, there'll be like a backdrop and flowers and stuff.
And so most pictures are going to be taken with the whole backdrop behind them, so you can't see the outside of the backdrop.
Okay.
At least most photographers are going to do that because they want to create the illusion that that's the entirety of behind you. So I wouldn't worry too much about the doors over there in that regard.
Okay.
But again, totally your event, so if you don't want it there, that's totally fine. But I just say that for context, information, that's all. But you're totally welcome to put it over here. We have definitely had that before, or over here, whatever your preference is.
And for the tables, will you provide the linens?
We do not.
Okay.
So we do not provide linens or decorations. So that's up to you to bring. But that does give you, the flexibility to kind of bring in whatever it is that you would like to. So you're welcome to bring that. You're welcome to rent them, buy them, however you want to do that, and bring them in. If you don't have vendors for that, we do have a list of potential vendors online. You don't have to use them.
Okay.
But if you need a jumping off point as to where to look, that could be a list to start from.
Gotcha. And there'll be like food tables on the side that we can use. And we'll have to bring like our own stands and burners and stuff.
Yes. So we do not provide that either. We would, like I said, you have access to all the tables that we have when we do the floor plan. So you would tell us exactly what you need.
Gotcha.
And you don't have to necessarily be a catering expert. That's fine. Generally, what we do is we recommend 4 to 5 items per table for buffets. So as long as you know how many items you're going to have on your buffet, we can work on how many tables you'll need for that.
Got it.
And in regards to all of our vendors, you're welcome to use whoever you want. We don't have a list that you have to pick from. And catering, you can do the catering yourself. Or have like a family member
that's
do
what
it.
we're like planning. There's like one of our family members.
Sure. So and I'm sure that you already know about it, but in order to do that, we just need that special occasion insurance policy, and so we have all the information about that in here. Basically, that just covers the liability insurance, like if it was a caterer cooking. But it can apply to whoever. They don't have to be a caterer to get the policy.
Gotcha.
Back through here, we have our private restrooms as well as our catering kitchen. And then we do have an ice machine also in this back closet.
Gotcha.
That will be available to you. And then the patio in the back is also a part of your rental. Obviously, since it's December, it's going to be a little colder. We do have 2 space heaters that we can put out there if you'd like to utilize those. But again, completely up to you. If you choose not to utilize it, you don't have to. It's completely up to you. We'll just need to know what your plan is in that regard prior to the event, so we know whether or not to put the space heaters out there.
Okay, makes sense. So like after he books it over the phone, there's just like we just have to come and decide the full floor plan as soon as.
Pretty much, yes. Because I do, since you're so close to the event, normally we would just require 50% deposit and the contract signed if you had like a longer period of time. Since it's closer, we require the full amount down. So because of that, yes, you wouldn't be coming back to make another payment or anything like that. So it would be the full amount down. She'll probably require the damage deposit too, I would imagine, but maybe not. I don't know. That's a Carla question. And then, so yes, the only other thing you'd be doing would be coming to do your floor plan. She might have you pay the damage deposit that day. And then you would be here for your event. So that's pretty much all you would have to do with us, other than getting that insurance in, like those things behind the scenes that you don't have to come here for.
Got it. So yeah, we'll have our decor stuff, stage backdrop, food, and all the related stuff. Is there anything that we're missing related that you can?
There you go.
Yeah.
What else do we need? I mean, there are probably some other things, but probably like smaller things. Well, but and there are things that we'll talk about in the floor plan. So like, are you having a guest book? If so, where do we want to put that? Do you want a gift table? Like things like that.
There's little things. Yeah.
But really, when it comes to a wedding reception, what you need the couple, you need the venue,
Definitely.
and you need the food. Like that's really all you need. I don't know. Are you guys planning on serving alcohol or not?
No.
There's no way to know. Okay, so no. So you don't have to worry about that. A million times easier that way. Yeah, I mean, it's really the certificate of liability insurance for the food. To make sure you have that covered, and then the floor plan for us.
Okay.
That's really all you need. And the payment, obviously. But That's all we really need from you. Now in regards to your planning, so always a whole different story. But yeah, I would think the biggest things that you probably, from what it sounds like you guys want to do, would be acquiring the stage. That's probably number one, because I don't know how many stages any individual company has. So I would probably be most worried about that, if it were me. But other than that, like you should be pretty good. And obviously you can decorate however you want, so that's just really whatever you want. So you just bring it whenever you want. If you want to check out the kitchen back here, just so you know we're working with, especially since you guys are doing the catering, you're having someone do the catering for you. So like you said, you would need to bring your own like burners and dishes to place the food in, because we do not provide that. But this is our catering kitchen. This is what you have to work with. This is a large refrigeration unit. Is the 20th a Saturday?
It's a Sunday.
Sunday, cool. So you can access at 4 p.m. Normally. Now, if you want to request earlier than that, you can. So I don't know if Carla is discussing earlier hours with you. Currently, we normally have a Sunday morning client. I don't know exactly what their schedule is right now because coronavirus is making everything weird. So if you want to request earlier hours, you absolutely can. Just go through Carla, she'll ask about that. But I'm just gonna make a normal time assumption because I don't know.
So normal time is 4 p.m.
The normal time is 4 p.m.
Okay.
So you get access to come in at 4 p.m. You know, if you want to go ahead and put something in the refrigerator to cool down, you totally can do that. We do provide one cooler. You might want to bring more or like different servers if you want to do drink servers or something like that. For like a beverage station. So you can put ice directly in them and put the beverages on top of them.
Got it.
I don't know, up to you. But this is what you would have in regards to ice storage. And then we do have a freezer and refrigerator over here for you to utilize as well.
Cool.
So that'll all be empty and you're welcome to use that as you see fit. We do have tables here that you can set up for like additional countertop in here if you need, like if you're doing anything plated. Seems like a big task for catering yourself. But if you want to do it, it's here.
It's here.
You got it. And then we do have kind of like a microwave here just for you to utilize to heat up any smaller things that you might need to reheat.
Got it.
But if you have those like warming dishes, you'll probably be fine. I wouldn't be too worried about it there. In regards to cleanup, so I always like to go over cleanup expectations in those tours. Just so you have all the information, there's no surprises at the end of your event. That's not fun. So what we ask is pretty minimal. We ask that we provide trash cans and trash bags. We ask that at the end of the night that you just collect the trash in said trash bags and put it in our back service hallway here. So it's just through this door. There's a big gray bin. So we ask that you put it in and wheel it out to the dumpsters in the back so you don't have to worry about all that. Additionally, what's back here is just like items for the bathrooms and stuff. You'll have a hostess here from 2 hours prior to the event until the end of the event. At least, if not more hours. So they'll be able to help you if you need any of that stuff, but I just tell you that so you know. If for some reason you need to before we're here or something. And then additionally, there's another door behind this door that just goes to the outside of the building, and that is on our catering ramp. So we do have a ramp on the side of the building so the caterers or other vendors can just come straight into here rather than having to go through your whole event or come up the back. Because we do have an elevator in the back, but that's not always the most convenient. So this is a really convenient way to get directly into the venue from outside. They're also welcome to use the patio entrance if they'd like. There's a sidewalk that way, but that's probably gonna be your easiest bet to getting all the food and stuff like that in here.
Cool.
And the carts that we have inside, you're welcome to use to bring it in on.
Okay.
Let's see, a couple other things. We do have control over the heat and the AC in the building, so we will be able to adjust that day as the weather changes. You know, if you get here at 4, it might not be as cold as it's going to be at, 7. So we can adjust that throughout the night as you need. The lighting is all on separate switches throughout the venue. So each type of light is on its own switch in each square of the room, if you can kind of see that. So we don't have the ability to dim each type of light, but we can turn them on and off to give the same kind of effect.
Okay.
And just, whatever lighting you're wanting for your event. If you want them all on, great. If you don't, we can handle that. And if you want to bring in any additional lighting, you're welcome to do so.
Okay.
I know sometimes stages come with lighting.
Mm-hmm.
I know sometimes people want spotlights. You can bring, that's fine. Some people bring in colored lighting to do up lighting on the walls. Have a field day, that's great. The blinds over here do come all the way up and go all the way down. So if you want to look at the windows instead of the blinds,
Okay.
we can do that. Same thing with the door over here. Trying to think if I've forgotten anything. I don't know. Our only prohibited items are small, like confetti and glitter. We ask that you don't use that just because it gets everywhere.
Okay.
And sticks to everything. So you might not want it yourself anyway. But we do ask that you don't use that just because obviously it's gonna be difficult for us to clean up.
Okay.
And then also obviously being courteous of the walls, bricks are a lot easier to decorate than regular walls.
Mm-hmm.
Fun fact. And so if you have any bigger installations, I personally recommend trying to do them over there just because it's easier on you. But you're welcome to put it up anywhere you need. And then we do also ask that you don't use fog machines or smoke machines. So I don't know if you're planning to do a DJ or anything like that.
Not really.
Okay. So.
Will there be AV provided by you?
Yes, so we do have a sound system.
Oh,
so I'll talk to you about that in just a second. But in regards to that, so just make sure you don't bring in a fog machine or smoke machine. Basically, it could set off our sprinklers. That would be a real bummer.
Yeah.
So don't do that. In regards to the sound system, we do have a PA system. It's in the ceiling. So that's kind of why I said something about a DJ. Some people prefer a DJ because we don't have a bass.
Okay.
But that's the only difference. We just don't have a bass. It doesn't make the floor bounce or anything like that, but it plays plenty loud. We have the ability to plug into an electronic device, so like something as simple as your phone or anything with a headphone jack. And we also have the iPhone adapter. So even if it's an iPhone, we can do it. Just has to have a headphone jack of some kind.
Okay. And if we need like a mic or something, we'll have to bring our own.
No, we do have access to 2 microphones,
Okay.
handheld, and 1 lapel mic as well.
Awesome.
So you have plenty to work with there.